Welcome, dear students. I'm dealing with environmental sensitive genetic male sterility, in which I have already dealt the TGMS. Now I'm dealing the PGMS, photoperiod sensitive genetic male sterility. If you see, when the expression of MS gene is influenced by the prevailing photoperiod, provided the temperature is within the critical limit. This is important. The temperature should be below critical point, you see. In case of rice, as we are putting the example. So within critical limit, complete sterility is obtained in rice plants grown under long day condition when PGMS gene is available. So day length has been observed that it should be beyond 13 hours 45 minutes. But under short day condition, almost normal fertility is observed. Means here you see that a PGMS line needs longer day length for its expression, but critical limit of temperature should be below the critical limit. Once you are putting this PGMS line in longer duration, 13 hours 45 minutes, more than that, then this gene is expressed. All the plants will be sterile. When the same plants you are putting below the longer day, below the 13 hours 45 minutes day length, all the plants will become automatically male fertile, normal plants. So this is the mechanism of PGMS. However, even then, if temperature is going beyond the critical limit, whether you are providing photoperiod or not, all the plants will become sterile. Means TGMS is important. Of course, you are going to utilize PGMS in those areas where you are not getting the temperature above the critical point. That is why you are using PGMS. Of course, where you are having longer day duration beyond 13 hours 45 minutes in case of rice, but the temperature is below to the critical point. That is why you are searching the photoperiod sensitive genetic male sterility, because you are not getting proper temperature for expressing the TGMS gene in those areas. So you are going to utilize this PGMS system. So this is about PGMS. Of course, this is also governed by two recessive nuclear genes. So here we must keep in our mind that we are going to utilize our PGMS lines for hybrid seed production program in the areas where you are having more photoperiod more than 13 hours 45 minutes. Then, so if you see the detailed studies in rice, it shows that the same male sterile gene behaves like PGMS or TGMS depending on the genetic background in which it is located. For example, if you see in rice, male sterile line 5047S and W6154S, Chinese lines, have the same MS gene from Nongkeng 58S. But line 5047S shows PGMS type, while W6154S shows TGMS type. This clearly suggests that modifying genes can drastically change the expression of a male sterile gene and make it either PGMS or TGMS. This has to be kept in your mind while you are going to develop a new PGMS or TGMS line, EGMS line, you have to keep in your mind that how it is behaving in your background, in the background of your own variety. So if you see the development or origin of EGMS, it is of course like GMS you have seen. Similarly, it is also available, and in that way, as you have transferred, you have developed, you have through back cross breeding, you have developed new GMS lines. Likewise, here also you can do, because it is a type of genetic male sterility, so there is no other ways. This is a similar way you are obtaining it. It is originating in the nature, as well as you are studying it through giving the proper temperature in different lines. And if it is not available, then you are transferring from the known sources, as you are transferring in case of GMS. So this is all about the PGMS and TGMS. Now I'll be coming in next videos about its use, utilization, and other things. Thanking you very much.